Welcome to Salt and Siren, the current situation. I'm your host, Brianna, a marine biology student, a mother, a military wife, and a lifelong lover of the ocean. And in this podcast, we are going to take a closer look at what's happening beneath the surface. So let's dive in. Welcome back to Salt and Siren, the current situation. Today, we're taking the next step in our journey. In the last episode, we discussed how recognizing our connection with the ocean is the foundation of meaningful conservation. Now, we'll explore what it truly means to care for that connection, because nurturing our relationship with the ocean is at the heart of real conservation. Often we think of the ocean as a distant place, somewhere we might visit on vacation or see on a map. In reality, the ocean is an important part of us, and we are a part of it. Conservation isn't just about protecting a location. It's about tending to the relationship that binds us to this vast living system. When we care for our connection with the ocean, conservation becomes a natural extension of who we are. Let's dive into what caring for connection really means, and how by focusing on our bond with the ocean, we can create lasting change for both the sea and ourselves. Let's start with something tangible. The ocean is deeply woven into our daily lives through the food we eat. Much of the seafood on our plates comes directly from the ocean, making it a vital part of the global food chain. From fish and shellfish to seaweed, the ocean nourishes billions around the world. However, our demand for these resources has consequences. Overfishing threatens fish populations and disrupts entire marine ecosystems, while unsustainable practices damage crucial habitats like coral reefs and seagrass beds that young fish depend on. Beyond food, the ocean is also central to a growing scientific concern: microplastics. Tiny plastic particles, often invisible to the naked eye, now contaminate ocean waters and end up in the seafood we consume. These microplastics not only affect marine life, but can also enter our bodies through the food chain, raising questions about long-term health effects. When we examine the science behind our connection to the ocean, from the food on our tables to the pollutants in our meals, we see how our actions directly impact ocean health. Caring for this connection means making choices that support sustainable seafood, reduce plastic waste, and respect the delicate balance of marine life. By doing so, we lay the groundwork for conservation rooted in awareness and responsibility, not just obligation. But to truly understand what it means to care, we must look beyond individual choices and see the ocean as more than just a resource. The ocean isn't just water. It's a complex web of relationships. Currents carry nutrients across entire basins. Whales transport iron from the depths to the surface. Coral reefs nurture young fish that sustain whole coastlines. Mangroves shield communities from storms, and kelp forests provide safe havens for species that balance ecosystems. Caring for the ocean means caring for the connections that allow life to thrive. It's about tending to the links in the chain, not just the individual pieces. When we focus on the relationship at the heart of the ocean, conservation becomes an act of respect for the bonds that keep everything in balance. It's a myth that ocean problems exist in isolation. Coral bleaching, overfishing, plastic pollution, they're all interconnected, just like the ocean itself. A change in one place ripples outward, affecting everything else. Here's the good news. When we care for our connections to the ocean, our solutions ripple outward too. A protected reef can seed new life far beyond its borders. Restored mangroves can stabilize entire coastlines. The return of a single species can revive an entire ecosystem. Connection is what causes many problems, but it's also what makes solutions possible. The key to recognizing that every positive action, no matter how small, can trigger larger waves of change. Choosing sustainable seafood, reducing single-use plastics, or advocating for ocean-friendly policies can inspire others to create a chain reaction for good. Just as the problems facing the ocean are interwoven, so are the solutions. Each effort strengthens the resilience of marine life and the communities that depend on it. By nurturing these connections, we turn hope into meaningful impact, ensuring the ocean's vitality for generations to come. You already have a relationship with the ocean, even if you've never seen it. The water you drink, the oxygen you breathe, the food you eat are all shaped by the ocean's cycles. The planet's climate and stability depend on the ocean's rhythms. When we care for these everyday connections, conservation becomes less about guilt or obligation and more about nurturance and presence. We don't have to be perfect, we just have to be present and willing to care for what connects us all. In today's world of constant social media updates, it can sometimes feel challenging to form genuine, meaningful connections with each other or with the natural world. Yet even in the midst of endless scrolling, there are moments when a simple video can spark something real. When I watch someone share footage from their snorkeling adventure, schools of fish drifting through sunlight, a gentle sway of kelp, as if for a moment I'm right there with them. That shared experience, even through a screen, reminds me that connection is still possible and powerful, bridging distances and inspiring a sense of belonging to the ocean and each other. Environmental action often relies on guilt, a message of do better or that's not enough. But real care doesn't grow from pressure, it grows from connection. When you feel bonded to the ocean, you want to protect it. Not because you have to, but because you care. Caring for connection means tending to the relationship, being curious, and showing up with presence. That's the energy we're bringing to conservation, not perfection, but a genuine desire to nurture what matters. The ocean isn't asking you to save it, it's inviting you to know it. Deepen your relationship and be curious, attentive, and present. When you focus on caring for your connection, you begin to see your place in the world differently. You notice how your actions ripple outward and how you belong to something larger than yourself. Belonging is powerful. It fuels meaningful, lasting conservation. When we care for our connections, we care for the ocean, and the ocean in turn cares for us. Thank you for joining me as we explored what it means to care for connection. The ocean is not just a place, it's a living network of bonds that we're already a part of. When we nurture those bonds, conservation follows naturally. If today was about nurturing the ties that bind us to the ocean, join us next episode where we'll explore how those ties respond when they're stretched or strained, how a single change can ripple across reefs, coastlines, and entire communities, sometimes in unexpected ways. And hey, I promise I won't always be this deep, pun fully intended, on here. If you stick around, you'll get to witness my attempts to learn paddleboarding. I will probably wipe out a lot. You can follow my journey as I work toward my marine biology degree and catch all sorts of adventures and unexpected stories that float along in the current. And that's all the tide brought in today. I'll meet you next time where we'll keep exploring what lies beneath the surface.